like low-key so expensive though. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel for this what I spend in a week video. I just wanted to show you a little bit about my spending. I know that you guys watch my monthly budget videos, but it is really important to see how someone's budget actually plays out in their life. I'm like making myself a quick little drink. Tell me what you guys think. I didn't drink any water today, so I'm drinking a Pero, which is like mostly almond milk. Does that count as water? There's water. Okay, just got back from a work conference. I was unsure about it because I've been to conferences in the past and I genuinely hate work conferences so much. They're so overstimulating. They're weird. Networking is just like the grossest thing I've ever heard. Like, ugh, I hate it. This was actually so phenomenal. I had a really low expectations. I feel like a lot of public speakers also just love the sound of their own voice. So I was like, oh, I don't want to go. But then I went and it ended up being so good. I didn't realize it was going to be so spiritual. Like the guy talked about business and like technology, software. Then he would just like say stuff that I didn't expect, like something very optimistic or something about humanity or something about spirituality. And I was like, this is so good. Also, we had free breakfast and free lunch. So I was like, cheers to that. And in true extrovert fashion, after chatting with my coworkers whom I'm obsessed with, they're like amazing. After doing that for the last like 4 hours, I am truly hopped up. Like, oh gosh, I forgot to put sugar in this. Anyways, this week should be very fun. We're gonna be doing a lot of gardening and prepping for my husband's birthday party. So birthdays are super important to me. I am a huge fan. I think no matter what you do, whether it's like your anniversary or having a kid or graduating college or like buying a house, like all these things that we have little celebrations or parties or holidays for, I think they're super amazing. But I think the most important thing you can do in your life is be alive. And they're not like crazy, extravagant, Instagram worthy birthday parties. They're just like lots of friends, lots of family. That's gonna be happening in a week and a half. And so this vlog is probably gonna be a lot of expenses like prepping for that. My formula for a birthday party is always 3 parts. 1 friend party, 1 family party, and 1 solo, like either experience or date. And when I say party, it's like 8 to 10 people, maybe a barbecue from 4 to 7 p.m. I feel like once all of our friends started having kids, we started to have our parties or get-togethers from like 4 to 7 p.m. And I've absolutely loved that because you get to have so much social time, but then you also get your evening time to go to bed when you feel tired and also do your hobbies and stuff. I'm gonna go to the nursery tomorrow and I can't foresee much else. Maybe we'll make money because we'll be returning clothes that I've been putting off returning because I hate returning stuff. Yeah, so let's just spend the week together. I'm having a tiny bit of anxiety right now, so I'm gonna play some Zoo Tycoon. That usually helps me to like refocus, calm down, not be so overwhelmed. But bad news is my zookeepers just went on strike, so that's an issue. It's so hot out here. See if you can get it. Oh, it's like low-key so expensive though. I'll never forget when I said that the great thing about butter is that you never have to clean the dish, and you were like, and then I was like, our family culture is to not have too many crumbs on the butter, which is nice. We just got back from buying all of our plants at the nursery. You guys, the nursery is so addicting, especially because a lot of the plants there were only $15. We bought a lot. We're gonna have a stacked garden bed. We are doing our garden beds 1 at a time right now because it's just like way too overwhelming and kind of expensive when you're like buying trees and the mulch and the weed barrier, and my husband's doing the weed barrier. So it's like kind of a lot of work. It's nice to do it 1 at a time, and we're entering the season where it's just like a little bit too warm to do it. Do you think this is going to be our last garden bed until the fall? Okay, yeah, because it's going to get really hot and then it's not good to plant the trees then. And then if we plant in the fall, the dirt is warm, which is good for some of the plants. I wonder if the nursery will have good plants in the fall or if it's mostly in the spring. But yeah, we just bought all of those. It was like $479, which is pretty good. I think we have budgeted for today $600, and that might need to include a couple more bags of dirt because when you plant with new dirt and then mix it with the native dirt so that it like does well or something. I don't know. We have talked so much with the people at the nursery. It's actually insane. Before we talked to them, I genuinely thought that you just planted what you wanted to plant, like a bush. Oh, a bush goes here. Like I didn't know anything about like sun exposure and how to water a new plant and everything. So yeah, we've chatted with them so much. I'm pretty sure she recognizes me because I always try to talk about hydrangeas and I'm always like, yeah, I know that we don't have the blue ones here, but so we actually did buy a hydrangea bush that should get about 4 feet tall, which is honestly all you can ask for. And it's really fun because when we're doing different parts of our garden bed, because they're around the house, each section has a different sun exposure. It's like really fun that we did like the afternoon sun plants and now we're doing more of the morning sun. It's just like really fun to go to the nursery and spend a couple $100s on everything. This is a hosta and we got a couple of them. Bought them mostly for the green, but they do flower at the end of the summer. Just how nice and big the leaves are. This is yet again another peony bush. It should be white flowers. Pink hydrangea. I think it is an invincible. It's an invincible ruby. I am obviously obsessed with hydrangeas because I'm from Oregon. They grow so well there, but this is a type that should do pretty well in Utah. And then here we got our Japanese maple. I am so excited about this. So apparently they hate our soil, but we have the right sun conditions for it. We are going to be digging just the most massive hole in the ground and then using a ton of really good dirt for it to help keep it alive. Oh, I almost forgot. We got one of these bleeding heart plants, which is so nostalgic for me. Growing up, my aunt had this in her backyard on a trellis. I think she still has it. Perfect for the very, very shaded parts of our yard. It can do with like very little sun. We just went to the Red Butte Gardens, which was absolutely gorgeous, and I can't believe we've never even known about it before. It was like such a hidden gem up on the hillside. Absolutely amazing, phenomenal. Definitely gonna bring people back there someday. And it wasn't that expensive because if you go to the Tulip Festival at Thanksgiving Point, it's insane. Like, how much do you think it costs? Is that him? Is that your coworker? Oh. 30 bucks a person. Well, this was only $18 a person. I did end up getting a sticker, which is really fun, just to put in my garden. No. Well, it's a flower, but I'm gonna put it in my journal and I'm gonna put my map in the journal as well. I love making like garden spreads in my journal. And then yeah, we're gonna head to Chick-fil-A and then go pick up my sister from the airport and head home for the day and hopefully chill because I'm absolutely exhausted. Hello you guys, so it's Memorial Day, which is super awesome, great holiday, and then we also get the day off, which is just like so fun. This morning we went with family to a little Memorial Day breakfast fundraiser-esque type thing put on by the city. Now my husband is gonna play like 6 hours of golf because he's gonna go play 18 with his friends. We're gonna have my siblings over for dinner tonight, which means that I need to go grocery shopping right now to get not only our groceries, but also food for tonight. Super excited to hang out with my siblings. We're probably gonna play bocce ball and have like little Hawaiian roll sliders. I am feeling so uninspired when it comes to groceries right now and like meals. The grass is always greener. I'm just like, I don't know what to eat in the summer. I only know fall meals right now, but I'm gonna go grocery shopping. I just made our list. And if I have the energy, I do wanna stop by the Dollar Tree because we are hosting my husband's birthday and a lot of our friends do have kids. And I wanna make sure that it's a good experience for the kids too. And so I think I'm gonna stop by the Dollar Tree and get like some plushy, maybe stuffed animals or random toys that they would like, some duplicates so they don't have to fight each other for them. I have no idea if on Memorial Day it would be busier or less busy than it normally is. Winco honestly is a two-person job because you have to bag your own groceries. When me and my husband go, we always split up. We take like half the grocery list. Yeah, it's kind of crazy in there. So hopefully it's less busy than normal. I genuinely love a long weekend and I'm getting so excited for my husband's birthday. I made a huge list of everything that I need to buy. And I think I'm gonna wait to buy the food until Friday because I just don't want everything sitting in our house for like 6 days. We got the folding chairs and the folding table and like the things that hold some sort of lemonade and then like you go like this. I don't know if it's called like a spigot or something. We are borrowing a lot from family. I did originally look into buying our own folding tables and folding chairs, but then I was like, well, family already has it and they're not using it this weekend, so I don't really want to spend the money on that. Okay, so I'm reading these two books currently. This one is like a very cozy, mystical, magical realism. The book says a woman who runs a cat rescue in the 1920s Montreal turns to a grouchy but charming magician to help save her shelter in this heartwarming, cozy fantasy from, I guess this author, she wrote another book called Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, which I've never heard of, but it's taken me a while to read it just because it's so cozy that I love reading it right before bed because it's not too like crazy and then I won't be able to sleep or anything. So that's really nice, but I've been so tired, so I've just been like falling asleep recently instead of reading this. And then I am reading this book. So a couple people in my extended family have book of the month, and so whenever we get it, we try to tell each other like, oh, don't get this book because I'm gonna get it and then you can borrow it. So this is a book of the month from, I think, I don't know, maybe January or something, but Anatomy of an Alibi. Ashley Elston wrote, I'm pretty sure, a book called First Lie Wins, and I read that book in under 24 hours. It was so good. And usually I hate a psychological thriller. Like I'll read them, but if they make my mental health worse, like I can't. But these books are just so good. The plots are insane. And so I read the summary of this and I was immediately hooked without like spoiling too much. I feel like it's kind of like a whodunit, multiple timelines jumping around, so you're gonna like get clues as you go on and everything, which I love books like that. It's not too sad so far, which is great because I feel like psychological thrillers that are just depressing I can't do. I'm already gonna think that it's gonna be a 5-star because the pacing is just like, and everything is so fast. So I love it. I just started it yesterday. I think it is time to go to the grocery store. I'm like nervous that it's gonna be super busy. My husband's like the main grocery shopping person in this family. We both have our own different strengths and grocery shopping is definitely not mine. I was just talking about this the other day, but one of my favorite parts of marriage or relationships in general is the fact that they're so customizable. I love that in our marriage we have really decided to focus on each other's strengths. And so, for example, I do not mind at all hand washing dishes. It's really not that big of a deal to me. Obviously, when we have kids someday, I just think it's going to be a little bit crazy. I think probably when you have kids, both people are going to be doing more than they feel like they're even capable of. I could see us doing the Walmart Plus when we have kids. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Only thing is that we both hate folding laundry. Like it's our kryptonite. We're so bad at it. We will have a clean load of laundry in the dryer and then our colors and our whites in their respective bins that are also clean, and then maybe a pile of clean clothes in the closet. We just absolutely disdain folding laundry. So that's like our one thing as a couple. We're like, wow, like that's our shortcoming. We're not good at that. Okay, little grocery haul real quick for you guys. This is everything we got. I got some fun stuff like puff pastry and brie cheese for a little thing that I want to try baking. This is the great part about Winco is the fact that you can buy in bulk, but only the amount that you want. And then the same with the chocolate chips. I always do this where I just get so many chocolate chips because you buy by the pound. Kind of like the Goodwill where you buy clothes by the pound. Don't always buy organic, like super healthy versions of the food, but we recently started just doing organic creep where we slowly buy more and more organic stuff. And I'm someone who definitely likes to use food and health as a way to control my life, and I can develop an unhealthy relationship with it. So we're doing it really chill. And if I eat unorganic flour or if I eat anything that's not good for me, like I tried to find fruit jam that wasn't 100% high fructose corn syrup and I couldn't find it. And to me, like I'm not having a meltdown about that emotionally because I'm not letting myself control organicness of my food. We are hosting my siblings tonight, so I bought some Hawaiian chips and some Hawaiian rolls. We are going to make those sliders, which should be really good. And then other than that, just kind of your average food. I wasn't planning on buying stuff for my husband's birthday, but I came across these things, so I thought, why not? I wasn't like gonna go out of my way to find those things because honestly, you guys, it was absolutely packed there. I got these chips, pickle spears, plastic cups, things that just won't go bad in the next week. My watch shows extreme stress when I was going shopping, and that is so true. It was so crazy busy. Yeah, look at that. Wow, exactly when I went grocery shopping. Alrighty, so tonight for my siblings coming over for Memorial Day, we're gonna make the Hawaiian sliders. And then for dessert, I'm gonna be making this, I don't know what it's called. I have my computer right here. It's on Sally's Baking Addiction website. I feel like it's one of the most popular like online recipe blogs. It's a brownie skillet. There it is. It looks so tasty. It's supposed to be made in a skillet, which we do have a skillet, but it's very like garlic, butter, thyme heavy. We use it for a lot of savory meals. So I am planning on using this. My sister made it. It is ceramic, which means that when I heat up the oven, I need to have this in there, but I need to measure to see how big it is because the skillet has to be anywhere from 9 to 12 inches. I don't know. This doesn't look super big, but it's like kind of my only option as well. Looks like it is 8.5 inches, which I feel like should be fine. So we're just gonna do it. We just have to cook it for a little bit longer. And then my sister is gonna be bringing ice cream to put on top of this. So I think it'll just be like a really delicious dessert. And I'm super into baking right now, which is kind of inconvenient. I always want myself to want to bake in the winter time. It's a hobby you can do indoors, but every winter I really don't feel like baking because in the winter I struggle so much with motivation and doing the things that I know I normally love. So that's tricky. It's like I'm on a huge baking kick right now, even though I could be spending time outside. Also, my least favorite part about baking is getting out the ingredients. I literally do not like it. That is the number one reason why I choose not to bake sometimes. The number one thing I do is get every single ingredient out and ready to go so that I do not have to go through and like find it while I'm baking. And that makes it so much more enjoyable. Without further ado, let's try to make this brownie skillet. I literally typed in to the search bar dessert recipes that seem impressive but are really easy to make. I was like, I want to make something super tasty, but I don't want to have to do something really fancy, complicated that I could mess up. So this should be fairly simple. making these. These look so good. Holy cow. I am so excited. Hey you guys, I hope you're having a good day. I am on my lunch break right now and I wanted to take you guys along and give you guys a little bit of plant updates for indoor and outdoor plants, because honestly, me and my husband were just texting about this earlier today. We are like addicted to gardening right now. It's just been so fun. I am someone who absolutely loves to run, loves to go to the gym. Honestly, my periods and my hormones in general have been very intense recently. For the last few cycles, I've just had very, very tricky periods, and it's just been really hard for me to realize that some of the things that I do love, like running and going to the gym, are not currently in the cards for me. I have to take it easy. It's more like walking tires me out instead of running. Like I went on a run the other week and it was so painful. Anyways, just really, really rough hormonal cycles recently. And the thing I've realized is that life has so much to offer you that you can't possibly do it all. And so when a priority does get taken away for a moment in time, it's a great opportunity to let something that's lower on the priority list kind of sneak up and bring you joy. We've just been extremely into gardening recently because that's something that doesn't take a ton of energy. And so I've been like tending my plants and just really focusing on those. I've also been doing, as you guys saw yesterday, a lot of baking because that is something I just don't naturally prioritize, even though it does make me happy. And so I'm overjoyed that I've been able to do it. I do hope to get back to running and going to the gym to the capacity that I was soon. But in the meantime, I'm going to take all that life has to offer me, and that includes doing these more low energy activities. So I wanted to give you guys a little plant update. I think we're going to start in the garden because some of my seeds are popping up, which is so exciting. And then I'll take you guys around to our indoor plants because it's been quite the journey with some of them. We planted these little guys from seed, which was so exciting, and they came up way faster than everything else. So these are peas. My husband loves sugar snap peas, so I'm excited for him, and they've been growing so fast. They're like a super satisfying plant to grow from seed. And every single day that I check the zucchini, it looks so big. Oh my gosh. Thing I'm most excited for right now is these marigolds. I planted them by seed. That's my first flower I've ever planted by seed, and they popped up by the carrots because I watered the carrots a lot, and I didn't realize that I wasn't watering my marigold seeds enough, and so they really, really struggled. But now I've been soaking them and they have been coming up pretty good. It is so incredibly dry and hot in Utah that you do have to water things quite a bit and have great drainage in your soil. Hey poo poo. Onto our basil plant. I absolutely love this. I did not grow this from seed, but I will say I bought it from the grocery store, and it had about 30 of these individual sprigs, and I kept reading into it, and I would always say that basil from the grocery store is very overseeded, and so it doesn't do as well. And so I would take like a couple of sprigs here or there off to try and make it so it was less dense. But then I finally broke down and decided that I needed to absolutely just like prune everything back, rip out all the other sprigs, and I left 6 here, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 7 honestly might be too much for this pot anyways, but ever since I did that, they have been growing like crazy. Like every single sprig is growing so much more than it used to, and it just is so much more alive, and I'm absolutely loving it. Everything is still leaning over, and you can see because the roots are right here, if you guys can see that, but like the roots, this is the root. Yeah, this is the root right here. And so it is quite shallow. It's on top of the dirt. So I think I'm going to top it off with dirt. But if that doesn't help it stand up straighter, then I might have to repot it, which is unfortunate because I don't want to shock it again. I planted rosemary seeds and nothing has come yet. I think I wasn't watering them enough. Same with the marigold seeds. So we'll see if these even grow. Okay, so this is our Benjamina ficus, and it has always done well no matter its conditions. We had a pot that didn't really have good drainage, and then recently I bought it a new pot that has amazing drainage and apparently doesn't like to be moved a lot, and I was moving it a lot, but regardless of how I treated it, it did well. Yeah, now that we have kept it in the same place, have the right sun conditions, which is like very bright and direct sun, and then have great drainage, watering it the right amount, it has absolutely exploded. There's always so much new growth. Let me see. I think like a week ago, there were so many tiny leaves, and now they're all growing, but I love when I see like the little starts everywhere. Yeah, look at that teeny tiny little leaf. That makes me so happy. Okay, this is the plant that I am the most proud of us for. So it was mislabeled at Home Depot. Once we realized what it was, the internet was like, this is super hard to take care of. It had like super dry. Like you can see, these aren't very colorful. This is the sprig that came up when we realized we wanted to start taking better, more targeted care of this plant. And then this is our newest sprig that is doing so well. It was a baby when we started to take care of it, and so that's why it looks so good now. There is a new little growth happening, which makes me so excited. 4 is the most we've ever had for this plant before. It actually started out with 3 stumps, 3 of these in one pot, and I think that was probably a little bit too overcrowded, but 2 of them died, and that's when we realized that we need to start taking better care of this plant. We have my essential oils diffuser that we turn on with no oil, just warm water, and then we turn that on for increased humidity, and then we also spray it. Alrighty, so we're gonna be making some sort of savory sweet puff pastry. First, I need to give my cat her temptations for coming inside. I'm pretty sure she doesn't eat cat food anymore. She just eats the treats that we give her. I just think it would be super fun to make this, and also I just love the idea that every single day is a special occasion. I bought pre-made puff pastry. I found that when I was getting into baking, in order to not get overwhelmed and to make it actually a sustainable hobby, I needed to supplement with things that were already pre-made because I don't want it to be too overwhelming and I never try to make it again. Prosciutto and sweet orange marmalade, so hopefully it tastes good. It looks like it has a little recipe on the bag on how to make this. I'm just gonna put my own fillings in it, see how it works. Okay, like let's just do this. Okay, let's see. Looks like a pretty good size. Turn it over, do a little bit of this. I felt like such an adult buying this because brie cheese is like my favorite cheese, but it's kind of expensive. Hello you guys, I just got back from work and I'm currently at the library right now. I feel like I'm always so sweaty when I get off of work for some apparent reason. Today was so crazy at work, like not actually crazy, but normally usually the turnaround times are like 1 to 2 weeks for a project, but I had to do a project in 2 days. So basically I went so wild. I worked through my lunch break and everything, which like whatever, you know, I don't do that very often, but I just did it because like I really had to get this project done. We had to do a quick turnaround. I finished with, I think, 25 minutes to spare before we did a weekly team meeting, and I was literally shaking. I need to drink some water. I need to chat with people. Like, my mind is absolute mush right now, but I actually low-key love that feeling. Like, I don't like a high-stress environment, but if I have something that's kind of like a time crunch every once in a while, where it's like I know what to do, I just have a lot of it to do, I actually love that. It's like exhilarating to me, and I love feeling like I accomplished something that day. Obviously, there's days where things are stuck in the pipeline, things are at a standstill, and those days are fun because yeah, I like learn more about AI and I learn more about our tools and kind of focus on things that I'm also assigned that are not necessarily towards the KPIs. So those days are great too, but it was super awesome to just like get a crap ton of stuff done, kind of pump my numbers, which is awesome. But I'm at the library right now because I need to return this book. So this is the second book in the Heartstrings series. The first book was called First Time Caller, and I absolutely loved it. So I was super excited to read this book. These books are over 400 pages. It is a rom-com set in Baltimore, kind of revolves around this one radio station. I really like the premise. I love a unique job. And then I also loved being in the city of Baltimore. I thought that was really cool. My only issue is the fact that it was almost 450 pages. As a rom-com, like, it was losing the plot. At the end, it was trying to tie up like these 5 different plots and all these different like things that were happening, and at some point I was like, okay, like, I want this to be over. I just actually want it to be an easy fix. It's kind of like enemies to lovers, except they're enemies because it's misunderstanding, not necessarily actual enemies. So I did think this was good. It wasn't my favorite. I liked the first book way more, and just the whole 450 pages was just like, for a rom-com, it's a little bit too much, but that's just me. So I need to return this, and then I'm gonna see if they have a book that I need to read for one of the book clubs I'm a part of. I'm currently a part of 3 book clubs, and yeah, just having a nice sweaty day, I guess.